is Ken Durkee, and I'm Chairman of the Board of Advisors, and here on my left is Pastor Eric Lockett, who is Executive Director for Hope Outreach Ministries for Everyone in Jacksonville, Florida. I just want to take a couple of minutes and visit with Eric and let him share with you what we do here at Hope Outreach Ministries for Everyone. Brother Eric, God bless you. It's good to see you. Mm-hmm. How long have you been at Home Inc.?
Home Inc. now, it's going on the second year.
Second year?
Yeah, 2 years here, and I love it.
Now, why would you come with us? I don't understand. I mean, you were just having a wonderful time doing what you're doing, and all of a sudden, here we are in this old beat-up building with people having tremendous needs. They're hungry, they're going on without clothing, and and they don't have Christ as their Savior, and you fell in love with this?
Yeah, the Lord told me to come.
He did?
Yeah, he said.
Tell me about that.
I never forget. It was, and it just evolved. And I never forget. I was standing in the chapel there, and the Lord said, "This is it." And so I just committed to it, because I knew Mike Ogden, and I hadn't met you yet, but I know there was a need for the community. And what got me, it was I saw so many programs with all this red tape, and I just saw people being so heartbroken and disappointed, because they had to go. They said, well, if you come to A, go to B. When you come out to B, go to C, then go to D, then come back to A. And I thought I saw an opportunity here for us to address a need, the physical need, and then I like the way you told me about preaching Jesus. Oh man, I was sold on that. Just like the graduation we just had.
Well, tell them about the graduation that we just had. Who are those folks, and why are they here? Okay,
that's the Jacksonville Christian Women Job Corps. And they come to help us, women who need resume writing to improve their skills about job searching. We help them with computers, and then they have Bible study, and that's what I like about it. And I think this is one of the 16 classes that graduated. And I think it's important because, like the lady talked about today, she had her own business, and now she has to go and start to do, look for a job, and she feels comfortable about it. It's exciting.
And so we just have them in the building. There's no rent they pay. They just occupy the building because we want to help ministries like that get on their feet?
That is right. That's what I was impressed with when I spoke with the board and yourself. We talked about helping new ministries come in and have a place to start up. And since then, we've added several ministries. The Fresh Word Ministry.
The Fresh Word? What's that?
Well, that's the ministry that involved with AIDS testing and AIDS counseling. And
how often do they do that here?
Well, we do that here on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Wednesdays and Fridays. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But not only that, they also help people apply for food stamps.
Okay.
And bus tickets. So, and then we have the Living for Christ ministry here now. In Living for Christ ministry, what they're doing is teaching people shoe repair and also how to sew. And so there's a lot of things going on, other with the food.
So people aren't buying new shoes because the economy is in the condition it's in. Folks need to have their shoes repaired, and so one of the ministries here is actually helping people learn how to do that.
That's correct. That is correct. And that's Minister Kevin Roberts, and he's involved with that, and he's committed to it. And we also have the food ministry, where we fed so far this year 47,000.
Did you say 47,000?
47,254.
How do you figure that out?
Well, we have to keep numbers. Everybody comes in, we have them sign a list on a daily basis. And then at each quarter, we have to turn the numbers into the USDA.
Okay.
And that's how we count them.
Well, where do we get our food from for that?
Well, we get some food from the USDA, which is free, and then we purchase food. We spend about $500 a month on food for the program.
Now, what else do you all are involved in? Do you have anything happening Wednesdays in the morning?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you do? Tell me about it.
I'm glad you mentioned that. On Wednesday mornings at 10 o'clock, we invite everybody, and we have about 100 people come out. And
they just come from anywhere, is that right?
Anywhere.
Just folks that live around the area, or homeless too?
Homeless. They come from other areas, other counties. We've had people come from St. John's, and they come to the Bible, we call it a Bible study.
But it's really a worship service, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. We bring different preachers in, and we kind of bait them a little bit. At the end of the service, they get a box of groceries.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Spiritual food and physical food.
Now, the food we give them is the food that we purchase.
The food that we purchase. We don't use any government food for that.
Now, why don't we explain why we give them that food instead of the government food?
Well,
there's something special that happens after that service, and what is it?
They give their life to the Lord.
That's right.
Yeah, and we've had, so far today, we have 356.
People give
So-
their life to Christ because
Yeah,
they came here and they were not only fed physically, but they're also fed spiritually. Well,
Spiritually,
are you the one that does all the preaching, or do you have
No,
guest preachers come in?
Guest preachers come in.
Wonderful.
Other local pastors come in, but they have to have a sound doctrine. And so we preach Jesus. We believe Jesus' death, burial, resurrection, and the power of his authority, getting up from the dead and giving us all the power to live right. So yes, it's a great opportunity, and it's getting to be popular now. And what has happened, Ken, I'm not bragging, but I'm the people's champ now.
What do you mean by that? The
They love
people's
us.
champ.
The people's champ, the people.
They love you, huh? Oh, that's great.
And I'm excited about it. I feel real good, I do.
Well, you have another ministry that helps people to have clothing. You want to talk a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
about
yeah,
it?
yeah. That's our clothing ministry. We've done some great numbers there. So far this year, we've clothed over 6,000 people. We've given away like 20,000 items of clothing. And what happened? People brings very nice clothes to us and donate them, and we just give it away. We don't charge for
Yeah,
anything.
we don't charge for it,
Nothing.
which is wonderful. Whereas a lot of ministries fund their ministry off of their gifting that's given, they then turn and sell that.
Excellent,
We
exactly.
don't do that.
No, not at all.
We give away the food, and we also give away the clothing.
Clothing, and we give away the bus tickets, and we help people with their filing for their unemployment, because 126,000 people here in Jacksonville are on food stamps because of the economy.
Really? 126,000?
126,000.